You see, that was the beginning of Krishna consciousness. Yeah. It all started in a garage. So what kind of prashad, if it's a garage, how did you cook?
I was never the bigger cook. There was all my god sisters, but I think Ribati Nandan, I remember him cooking.
Okay, and you cooked in the people that owned the house, or you cooked in the garage?
Where did we eat?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
Huh?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I do remember the brahmacharis got somebody to give him a house, to a room in a house. So they were able to stay in that room. And I stayed in the Sankirtan truck out in the street. But I was well protected. They knew where I was. Okay. But I was the only girl, so they kept me because they thought it would be appropriate to have a representative.
Of the female
representative.
Yeah. So those were good old days, right? Would you like to do it again?
I would definitely do it again.
Haribo, haribo, haribo. All right, well, we'll rent a truck and you can go out to...
Pardon?
We will rent a truck so you can go out and do Sankirtan.
Okay.
Well, you see, that's the beginning of Krishna consciousness, and she is a pioneer who dedicated herself completely to Srila Prabhupada, although she's a highly evolved person. You're a great artist. Is that not right?
I'm very good at what I beautify things. Whatever it is my job to beautify. I found out last night it's called Shri. Shri is a...
What does it mean?
It's a line. It's a category of who you are. I listened to this god sister last night on YouTube, and she had it all. She's trying to start the Varnashram Dharma, so she's teaching everybody who they really are.
Okay, but who's that?
Shri is that means what my duty is to beautify. That's my job.
To beautify.
Yeah.
Okay. Make things beautiful. Okay, that's good.
So it started with puppets, and then it went on to purchasing deities, and then it went on to dioramas. And in this way, I'm an artist. Not so much a painter, though I have painted, but it's not so much my... Prabhupada gives everybody something to do according to his experience with you. Right. And I started out making puppets, so that turned into dioramas and deities.
Kantimati, you come up also. Come up. Kantimati. Come.
She can't hear.
Yeah. Kantimati is also one of the pioneers who started the Krishna consciousness movement in Seattle. Here, wait a minute, 1 second. You have a chair? Okay, yeah. So this is Kantimati, Mataji. When did you first join Krishna consciousness? When did you first join Krishna consciousness?
We first, do I have to press something?
No.
We first came to the temple in 1970 and did service for a few years and got initiated in July of 1973. So at that time, Srimati wasn't at the Seattle temple. She was in India or somewhere. India. And what year did you come back?
Well, I went in 70. Came back in 75.
Okay.
What year did you come back that I met you?
75.
75. So in 1975, she returned from India, and I had been doing mostly cooking in the temple and sewing. And Sukadev, our president at the time, said to me, I want you to be at the temple on Sunday because Srimati Devi is coming from India. and I want you to learn from her how to make milk sweets. So, do you remember? So, Srimati is not per se a cook. That was not her service. Her service is to make things beautiful. And so I asked her, I said, I was, so humble, because here she is right from India, and we didn't have anybody right from India back then. And I said, can you tell me how to make some milk sweets? And she got this look on her face. And she goes, well, I know how you make robbery. And I'd never heard of robbery. I was like, a robbery?
It sounds like a
It sounds
robbery.
like thieves or
Sounds
something.
like a robbery.
So I said, well, how do you make it? And she goes, well, you boil milk in a wok and you fan it, and it makes this skin, and then you push the skin over to the side. I said, okay, I'll make that tomorrow. I had no idea. Nobody knew what that was back then. We were pretty simple. But, she proceeded to stay in Seattle since then. And my little daughters at the time, as a matter of fact, my oldest daughter said to give you a hug and tell you happy birthday, because she took singing lessons from Srimati. And do you remember, Kim?
I hired a teacher for the singing lessons for her.
Well, Srimati is pretty heavy. When my daughter wasn't a very good singer, she did the best she could. Srimati said, try harder. and that's who this wonderful devotee is, the try harder devotee. And so she's been engaged in doing a lot of service, taking care of deities, painting deities for people, and always making these beautiful masks, big masks of Krishna and Lord Shiva.
And costumes to go with the masks.
And costumes. And Seattle used to have a parade called Fat Tuesday, which was supposed to be something like in New Orleans, a Seattle version. And she made these beautiful costumes. And we had a devotee friend, Bhakta Leo, and he was tall and dark hair. And she dressed him up as Krishna and her as Radharani,
Haribol.
and danced in this Fat Tuesday parade downtown Seattle. And they won the prize.
Haribol, Haribol.
And the prize was a great big TV. We didn't watch TV. But, were videos in by that time?
I'd like to just ad-lib about that parade, because all the devotees came from Vancouver, Portland, and Seattle to accompany Radha and Krishna in that parade. So it was really a huge ensemble of devotees. We really, really did it nicely.
What year was that?
And she arranged all kinds of different kinds of entertainment. There were devotees, Lokanath, and did puppet shows. And
1977.
1977.
Yeah.
Okay.
so, she's just the master of entertainment and decorating, and we all should be very grateful to have her in our presence to this day.
Haribol, Haribol.
Happy birthday, Srimati Devi.
Thank you, Kanti Mati.
Okay, so does anybody have a question? So these two ladies are pioneers of the Krishna consciousness movement in Seattle. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask them to understand, how they survived until today, right? How many years is that? It's like 50, or more than 50 years, is that right?
How many years have you been a devotee?
Well, it's initiated in 1973.
Give it a microphone. Give it.
We were initiated in 1973. We were very reluctant to take initiation, so we kind of hung around the temple and did service for 3 years. until the temple president said, okay, listen, it's time you take initiation, no more fooling around. And we said, well, but Sukadev, well, at least I said, I don't know if I can keep all those promises, and I don't like to make a promise that I might not be able to keep. And he said, you won't know if you can keep it until you make it. You're getting initiated.
Okay.
So we showed up at the temple the day before 4th of July. He called us the day before and said, I want you to bring a great big bag of flowers and go to the fabric store and buy 12 yards of yellow cloth. Just plain yellow cloth, polyester cotton cloth. So we're like, this sounds fishy. So we did that at Northgate. We stopped at the fabric store, bought the cloth. And at that time, Northgate had these beautiful gardens all on the outside, facing I-5. The slope, the whole length of that mall was marigolds and roses. So guess who raided the Northgate's gardens?
You stole them.
And we brought 2 big grocery bags of beautiful marigolds and roses to the temple. And Sukadev said, okay, today is your initiation day. Happy Independence Day.
Hare Krishna. So what do you remember the most of those days? What do you remember the most of those days?
What do you remember the most of those days?
The most of what?
What do you remember? What do you remember?
The most about being in the temple?
Yes.
Prasadam.
But you're a cook. You're a cook, right?
Well, yes. I mean, the prasadam is so delicious. I mean, we can't really do that extent of opulent prasadam anymore because there's just so many. But back in those days, there were not that many of us, so we always had samosas, pakoras, gulab jamuns, rasgullas, puris, 2 or 3 kinds of sabji, maybe 2 kinds of rice, and of course, as many chutneys as we could make. And that was the Sunday feast every Sunday. Sweet rice. Oh, how could I forget sweet rice? The one story I remember about sweet rice is Lady Subhadra loves sweet rice. And somebody donated a great big silver snifter, if you know what a snifter is. People drink brandy out of this big, and they donated a silver snifter, and we didn't quite know what to do with it. So on Sunday, or special days, we would fill that snifter with sweet rice and put it in front of Lord Jagannath. We only had Lord Jagannath at that time. There were no other deities, just Lord Jagannath. And
Wasn't Balaram there also?
and what?
Wasn't Balaram there also, but no Subhadra?
Yes.
That's okay.
Okay, sorry. I don't hear very well. I can talk fine, but my ears don't work so great. So when we opened the curtains, Lady Subhadra was face down in that snifter of sweet rice. We didn't know what to do, And
She fell down, right? She fell down.
she dove right into the snifter. She's small, and this was a great big snifter. And there she was. So we cleaned her up and had to change her clothes. And so I remember that vividly because sweet rice is such an important. We should have sweet rice every Sunday. Prabhu's
Haribo.
sweet rice.
And samosas and pakoras.
Rasgulla, isn't it?
Okay, so then, can you tell us a little bit about your history of making dioramas?
Dioramas. The diorama started on La Cienega. That's in California. Our first temple that Prabhupada himself found. He would go on, instead of going on his walks, he would look for a temple. And he found this church, and he told Tamal to buy it. And so he did, even though he was concerned how we were ever going to pay for it. But they managed, the brahmacharis. There were no sannyasis yet. But Prabhupada engaged me in making 9 pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. And Vishnu Jana made these boxes, a little bigger than apple boxes, and Dave Hudi painted the backdrops, and Murlidhar painted the backdrops, and Dave Hudi made the curtains in front of him. And I made 36 dolls, just like cotton dolls with heads with painted faces and all that. There was no opportunity to craft them any more than that. But then when we got to Watsika, Prabhupada called on me again to do Krishna's pastimes, and he had me come to his room in Los Angeles. That's in Watsika. And he was showing me how to make a mold. So he was just describing it, and he asked me to, Jai.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol, Hare Krishna.
And he asked you to?
He asked me to get some clay, and he would show me how to make a mold, make one head and make a mold. And then I could have lots of heads and then make the rest of the doll from there. So I got some paper and some tools and some clay and water, and I came into his room and he said, "What's this?" And I said, "Well, you told me to bring," "Oh, yes, okay, yes, put it on my desk." So he started making one head, and I said, "Prabhupada, I can do that." And he said, "Well, then you can make a mold, and from that you can make many heads." I said, "I understand." Okay, and then from that I was able to make Lord Krishna's pastimes, and we had another set of dioramas. Then he asked me to come to India. Well, he said, "Srimati, when are you coming to India?" One day he said that. So I said, "Srila Prabhupada, as soon as I get my ticket, I'll be right there." So I sold bhakti balls, shakti balls, and bliss balls in the health food stores, got the money, and went on to India. Those bhakti, shakti, bliss balls were made of healthy candy, and so they could be sold in health food stores. But when I got to India, after purchasing 4 sets of deities in Jaipur, I was somehow escorted off to Mayapur. Can't remember exactly how I got there, but it's usually Prabhupada or Tamal Krishna who facilitated where I was to be. So I was in Calcutta, and Prabhupada had a brahmachari knock on the brahmacharina's door and say, "Srimati, Prabhupada wants to see you." So I went to see him, and he said, "Tomorrow, you and one Bengali girl, you go to Krishnagar, and you get one young man to teach you how to make dioramas." And so the next morning we did that. We went to Krishnagar, we found a young man, and have him come to Mayapur and meet me in Mayapur tomorrow. So we were in Calcutta, he said, have him from Krishnagar come to Mayapur and meet me there. So this happened. We were in Prabhupada's room in Mayapur, and the young man, Miran, had clay with him, and he's making a head of Srila Prabhupada while Prabhupada talks to him. And when we were finished talking, he handed it to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, "This is very nice. You can teach Srimati." And he said, "Yes, I'll come every day and teach Srimati how to do this." So that happened, and Prabhupada said, "You'll be making fruit to start with, and it'll be so good that you'll want to eat it, because the apples and the oranges and the bananas, whatever we're making, looks so real that you'll want to eat it. And he also said, make and break, that's the process, make and break. So after a short time, Bharadwaj had found out about this opportunity, and he came and learned also, and then he went back to Los Angeles and started a huge museum, and you may all be aware of that. It's very famous. So that's pretty much the story of dioramas. Oh, I made a Panchatattva for Srila Prabhupada. There's a Panchatattva on the top shelf of his room in Mayapur. He's still there today. I was there in 2018, and I got to see them again, and I was so surprised they were still alive, looking beautiful, and the young girls who take care of them keep making clothes for them and take care of them. So I was just amazed how good they look with new clothes and everything. I mean, that was 74, 3 and 4, 5 when I made them, and I came back in 2018. And they're looking good. They're looking beautiful still. So
Are they still there?
And they're still there.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Are they still there?
Yes, they're still there.
You made really good deities then.
No, they were made. Well, we had good instructions from the devotees that, I mean, they're not devotees, I guess, but they make them from their ancestry. For hundreds of years, they've been making fathers
So you
and
learned directly
grandfathers.
from the Hindus?
Pardon?
You learned directly from the Hindus?
Yes, I learned directly from them. And we had kiln to fire the clay in that was made out of cow dung. The kiln was made of cow dung and bricks. So we would, after making mridungas, which also happened at that time, the clay mridungas were being fired in the kiln, as well as the dioramas. And then after that, the dioramas were painted, and then I gave the set I made to Prabhupada, and he told Tamal Krishna that these are Srimati's deities, as if I was going to take them away or something. No, they're still there.
You also do the deities, right? Was there a difference between the way you do the deities and the dioramas?
The purchasing of the deities? Making them. Well, those were deities that are in Prabhupada's room. When I got back to Seattle, I bronze casted 3 sets of deities of Radha and Krishna. But by the way, this necklace I have on is from Kalachanji in Dallas, Texas.
Haribol.
Because I found him in Jaipur and gave him a home in Dallas, Texas.
Hare Krishna. Nice. All right, well, we're very fortunate to have these 2 ladies. They are pioneers of Krishna consciousness in the Seattle area, and I'm sure other places. And they have many, many remembrances of pastimes in those early days. And it's good that we hear about it, because they were the first people in the Seattle area to preach and to maintain temple and do deity worship, if I'm not mistaken. And that means that you should go and give them big hugs, because without them, Haribol, Haribol.
The Save the Ship program, for real. The temple was little shacks, some of you may know. We couldn't get steady leadership. No one in the whole temple business of ISKCON wanted to take on the responsibility of handling Seattle Temple. It was such in dire straits. Haribolas showed up, and look what happened.
Haribol, Haribol. Does anybody have a question for the ladies? Anybody have a question? Any questions? All right, I have a question. At that time, were you married? Yeah, both of you. Were you married?
Were you married?
Yes.
She was married.
Yes.
I was not. I was married to Krishna. Prabhupada told me to marry Krishna. Or he said I could. Yeah.
When I joined, we actually had a farm, a little 5-acre farm in Lake Stevens, and we were self-sufficient, more or less, as much as we could be back then. Grew our own food, and we had a couple of goats, and some friends started reading Bhagavad Gita and told us about this Bhagavad Gita and that we should go to the temple, and that's how it all started. And then once we got to the temple, we were convinced to get a cow. And to show how important a cow is representing economic development, as soon as we got that cow, Bini, they called her Bini, the temple started flourishing. Now this was way before.
Be quiet. These kids have to stay quiet. Otherwise, they should go in the back. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So we got this cow and started bringing milk to the temple, a gallon of ghee a week. She was a Jersey cow, very old. We bought her at the auction for $600. They were selling her for beef price. Nobody wanted this old cow that wouldn't give milk anymore. She didn't have a tail. Coyotes had chewed her tail off. And her milk bag hung just about down to the ground. She wasn't a tall cow. And so we brought her home and tied her to the kids' swing set. And I'd never milked a cow before. And the auctioneer said she doesn't give milk. She's dry as a bone. Well, we brought her some alfalfa and put a dishpan under. I said, but her milk bag is so huge, it's got to be full of milk. She must be suffering, having had children myself, And so I started milking her, and she'd never been milked by hand before, only machine. So as I'm squeezing her teeth, trying to get some milk out, she's eating that alfalfa and turning around and looking to see what's going on over there with this person underneath of her, jerking on her. But she gave half a gallon of milk that day, and every day after that, she gave a gallon of milk, and her milk was yellow. There was no milk. It was all cream. Turns out she was butterfat champion at the state fair for 13 years. So we made ghee every week and brought a gallon of ghee to the temple, and I tell you, as soon as that cow, came, everything started going up. Sukadev was our president at that time, and we became the #1 medium temple in ISKCON. So support those gold mottos.
Hare Krishna.
That's wonderful.
All right, so thank you very much.
Happy birthday and many, many happy returns of the day.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now we have a birthday cake for you also. Two.
Yeah, there's a small one on the
There's a small one. Okay, where's the small one?
on the second.
Underneath.
It's a two-tier cake.
A 2-tier cake. Okay, so Mataji is going to help you. Please go to your cake there.
I want 85 candles, please.
That one takes care of all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so please stand up. Please stand up. Hare Krishna to you. No.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Srimati Devi.
Happy
Hare
birthday,
Krishna
dear.
to you. And many more.
And
Srimati Mata.
Srimati Mati.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna. So you have to blow the candle and cut the candle. Cut the cake. No, then you hold on to that. You hold on to that. I don't need that. Haribo, 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 Jai Shri Krishna. May you always be happy in Krishna consciousness. And chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo.
Many happy returns of the day.
Are you 18 years old? 18, okay. Very good.
Hare Krishna
Krishna to you.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Srimati Mataji. Hare Krishna to you.
Actually, you have two cakes. There's one underneath. This is the second cake.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Srimati Mataji. Hare Krishna to you.
Haribo, Haribo. Okay, so this is your 85th birthday, is that right?
Yes.
This is your 85th birthday. I want to be there for your 150th birthday. Okay, now we're going to distribute that cake downstairs. We'll distribute it downstairs.
Let's go downstairs now.
No,
Yeah.
Mataji, you can feed her a little bit.
Oh yeah, you have to take a little bit of your cake. Both of you can share it.
You feed her.
Give it to her.
Yes, feed her.
Just like we're getting married or something.
She's your sister. Haribo.
Haribo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
This to Maharaj also.
These are the two pioneers of Krishna consciousness in the Seattle area. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. So we want to thank them. Put it there. Okay, so wait a minute. We can't have a happy birthday without chanting Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Bol.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Radhika is coming also to dance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Bolo
Hare
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Bolo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Radhika
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 Radhika Radhika
Radhika
Radhika
Radhika Radhika, Jai Radhika, Radhika.
Radhika, 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 Radhika.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hari Bol.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nita Gaura, Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nita Gaura, Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nita Gaura, Premanandi ki,
Hari Bol.
Radhika ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai.
Jai.
Gaura Premanandi.
Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, my dear devotees. Please chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And have happy dreams. And always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. There's no mantra equal to this, because this is the mantra that gives you eternal existence in the spiritual world. So don't stop chanting. Just keep chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And you will be blessed every day of your life by chanting this mantra and enjoying dancing and feasting. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much, my dear devotees. And we will continue again tomorrow. Every day is a festival day in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So now you can go downstairs and have Mahaprasadam to your full satisfaction. Plus, there is the birthday cake. Jai, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. How do you-